talked about it, and so now, partnering with TSPN, and they love the idea, and so they've been working on it. All of us actually been working on it real hard to get this launched, and I think today we're going to start the first online tournament where we have the rules. We have the way, if you go on the TSPN app, you can find the rules and stuff, and then I'll post them. I'll make some Facebook posts, and I'm sure a lot of others will. But we're going to start launching these little online tournaments. We don't want to say satellite tournaments because we're actually going to do satellite tournaments as well, where you do good or you win a smaller event and then it'll go to the bigger events. But right now what we're doing is these, like I like to say, like mini tournaments, like if you went to like the BCA or APA in Vegas before, and one of them rooms, they have all them 8-player $20 entry tournaments, and you just keep going and going and going. So we came up with the it's called Rocket Run Out, and it's the because of course we couldn't figure out another name, so I was just looking in the mirror and I said, you know what, that's a great name. So, and the reason why we call Rocket Run Out is just because it's all offensive version of it, and you just shoot your number. So we came up with the formula how to how to play. So there's different ways in every rack, and this version we're launching is a 9-ball version. So the most you can score in 10 racks is 100 points. You can get 10 points is the most, and the way you get it is if you break, and you have to break hard, right? And for this online, game tournaments, it's all offense. So people are asking, how are you going to, verify if people did it for real? Well, all of these matches in the Rocket Runout have to be live streamed, because there's going to be a point where somebody might contest it, and then you got to go back and look at it and say, hey, I want to watch this guy's match, right? So, but everybody's going to have the option to watch it live. And if people contest it or something, later, but we're launching it with $10 entry fee events, maybe close it off at like 10 or, 32, whatever it is, we're just, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to launch the first one today. And basically everybody's going to be able to join the network and play. And if you don't want to be a paying member, you can pay just your entry fee, and then you can pay a little, a couple bucks, what do you call that? Like administration fee or processing fee, because but there's no green fees. It's everybody's at their own thing, right? So yeah, instead of us taking money out of the pot, we just add it to the entry if you're not already paying member, the monthly. So I think the game is going to be like $20-25 a month to be a part of it, to be able to play in these. But if you're not paying that $20-25 a month, you can pay that little processing fee, every time, and you can play as many as you want, obviously. But if you pay the monthly, then you can just play them all day long. So the goal is to have all these going on where it closes off at a certain number, and then once it closes off, you can get in the next one after you play a match, and then so we can have hundreds of these things going on eventually, right? And we came up with it, because of this environment, this lockdown environment. So everybody that can get on a table, you can play by yourself. Even if if somebody has friends that want to come over, well, you guys don't all have to play together. You guys can all be in the room by yourself if you want, right? So it's specifically designed for this environment where you can keep everybody safe and still play pool. And people are jonesing for that. I notice on Facebook people are doing 10-ball ghost events and this and that. So people are ready to do it, man. And who knows how long? Every couple of weeks they keep pushing the goal post further back, to keep everybody safe. So who knows? It might last another month or two. So, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. We've got the infrastructure for this, and we've been ready for this already. Because our whole thing with the league was, change the way the league play has been going on forever, right? So we're prepared. The universe was calling us already.
Are you telling me that we're not going to be hugging on Easter Day?
No.
Oh.
I'm holding on to my own eggs. I'm keeping my own eggs to myself.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the format. So you said the game is Saratoga. I don't even know what Saratoga is. So you got to enlighten me.
So think of the yin and yang, the opposites, right? So Saratoga is a hybrid of 8-ball and 9-ball. So the hybrid of 8-ball and 9-ball means 8-ball, you're shooting solids and stripes. 9-ball, you're shooting them in order. So Saratoga was invented just to make it tougher and more interesting. And, obviously, a lot of the greats that's been coming over here for years, Shane, Corey, Johnny, Mika, Raj, everybody that's been here love the game, So so that game has caught on, and there's people around the country that in fact, I was in Boston area last month, and a guy came up to me and it's like, "Have you ever heard of the Saratoga game?" And then I said, "Yeah." I said, "I think I might know the guy invented it." Then he's like, "Yeah, I heard it. I heard it was invented by a mayor out in Saratoga, and he played it with his son." And I said, "Yeah, I think I might be his illegitimate son." So we were cracking up about that because he's telling me all the rules, and I would tell him, "Well, those were the rules that came out the first year. So we've modified those since then." He's like, "No, they didn't." I said, "Oh, I'm pretty sure I did." So it was hard to convince him that I was the one that was putting together that stuff, right?
I just hear Bernie Sanders screaming, "I wrote the damn bill," in the background.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I never got anything passed though, but I wrote it. But so this version that we're launching, right? It's we have a list of we have the rules and how to score every game. So give you a quick little synopsis of it. When you break, and there's the black ball is not numbered, right? So if you have a regular set of balls, and you don't have the Saratoga balls that we have with the black, is just there's no number on it. If you don't have that set and you have a regular set of balls, just remember that the 8-ball is worth different point values depending on what you do in that rack. So, for example, to score 10 points in that rack, you have to break, make a ball, and run out. So, and run out either solids or stripes. You can choose solids or stripes, run them in order, and make the black. Then the black is worth 6 points. So that's 10 points because you get 1 point per numbered ball, whether it's solids or stripes. So you run 1 through 4, and then the black would be worth 6. So if you break, you make a ball, and you shoot from there, and you run out, you get 10 points. So now, for example, let's say the second way you score, and where the black is only worth, what is it? It goes 10, 8, 7. See, I'm even confused. 10, 7. Yeah. So the second option is if you break and you don't make a ball and you run out, but you don't take ball in hand. You don't make a ball. So you break, you don't make a ball, and you run out. That's the second highest scoring option you can get. So you break dry and you have a shot on either solid stripes of the lowest, and you decide to shoot from there. You can run out from there, and then that point you only get 9 points because the black is only going to be worth 1 point less. It's worth 5. So the second highest option you get is if you don't make a ball on the break and you run out from there, you get 9 points. The third option is if you break and let's say you don't have a shot. Well, you get the option to take ball in hand. Now, when you take ball in hand after the break, the highest you can score is 7 points. So the black is worth 3. So now you take ball in hand if you run out, then you get 7 points. So there's 3 different options right there. Then we have the option where if you break and at any time you miss during any of your run out attempts, whether you started from the beginning, you missed the first shot, or you tried taking ball in hand and you missed during the run out, you have what we call salvage game, where the salvage is you have the option to go to the other suit. Now let's say I decide to shoot solids, and I shoot the 1 and 2 and I get hooked on the 3, well, I can take, or I miss the 2 or 3 or whatever. Now I get a chance to go to the other suit. I take ball in hand. I try to run out those other suits. Well, now those 5 balls, that's the most I can get. The black ball is only worth 1 there at that point. So let's say I miss the first rotation. I choose the other suit. I try to go for the salvage. The salvage you can only get 5. But if you miss along the way, you get those points that you made, and that's your score. So that's the other option, right? The 5th option. So in the salvage game, you can get most is 5, and if you miss along the way, you just get 2, 3, 4, whatever, 1 through 4, whatever. So if you run up the 1 and you miss the 2, then you get 1. And then so that's the 5th way to score. And then the 6th way to score is if at any point, scratch on the break or any foul that you do, you get 0. So that's the 6 ways to score. So there's going to be some strategies. Some people, you might have a tough shot after the break, but you want that 10 points. But now you're like, let me take this ball in hand here and lock up the 7, or take a chance for the 7 points. So it could be, some strategy. We played it a few times, and it's not as easy as it sounds, but it's also not as complicated as it sounds too. Once you shoot a few racks, basically all you got to do is just remember the options. You can take ball in hand, or you can shoot from there, and then once you miss, you have the option to go the other suit. And then in the app, it'll tell you after the game, when you click in your punch in game 1 results, it'll have all these options to click what you did in that rack, what I just explained. So it'll tell you, if it was a break and run, it'll tell you in parentheses the point value. So it'll tell you got 10 points. Now, and once you click that, then your points will get registered in there. And then after you play 10 racks, that's a round, right? And after you play 10 racks, it'll tell you your score, 47, 67, whatever it is. And then once you punch it in, then it's saved. But in order to play in these online events, you have to Facebook Live your matches, live stream them. So, and that's what's gonna, get everybody, playing and being involved and playing. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real. We already got a bunch of guys lined up waiting to play. So it's going to be interesting to see. And then every time, one thing, and just like all TSPN matches, once you log in your match, all of that data is saved. All of the history of it, you can always go back and look at your history. You can look at everything you've done, and then it'll also, your handicaps are always going to be getting adjusted and honed in. So I always tell people it's a live handicap, so it's always going to be moving. Nobody's going to be like, hey, I'm a 43 or I'm a, whatever it is. You're not going to be stuck there. You're always going to. So you start playing better. It starts showing, right? You start seeing yourself get better, and your handicap starts getting better, and then you start playing bad. It'll show too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it kind of moves with the way that you're playing at the time. That's good. Are there any restrictions on the table size or the types of tables, pocket size, anything like that?
So in the beginning, we're doing right now, it's open to anybody. We're saying it's bar tables, but if you only have a big table and you want to play in the tournament, you can. So what we're gonna do later on, we're gonna have table specific events. We're gonna play like, hey, anybody has a 7-foot diamond? This is a 7-foot diamond, $20 entry tournament, or limited to the first 32 players that enter, and then and like all of the events are going to be 100% payback. So all the entry fee money goes right back to the, however it is going to tell you what place, and all that. So, but right now it's all going to be open. And then one thing right now, because a lot of people are coming in, right in the middle, with their handicaps. When you first join TSPN, you come in right in the middle. So, for example, it's 100 is the highest. Like if you broke and ran out all 10 racks, that's the highest you can get is 100, right? So technically 100 would be the highest rating you could get.
What's your rating?
Everybody's going to come in at. I played it. I think I'm like 72. I scratch on the break a couple times and stuff.
Oh.
So you scratch on the break. If you get kissed and scratch on the break, that rack you get 0. So, and you can't soft break and take that out. The rules is you have to make an honest attempt to hit them hard or hit them firm, right? So we all know what a firm break is, right? What an honest attempt looks like. So, but you can do a controlled, pop break, but you just can't soft break and kind of play position on the ball, like that. So, there's going to be some, just like golf, right? There's going to be, a lot of it's going to have to do with people using, keeping their integrity intact and, playing by the rules, right? Trying to, making sure that they, they're honest and, and plus too, we're starting out $10 entries, and so. It's like I don't foresee people trying to do anything, weird or cheat for $10, So I just don't see it happening. I think people are going to be excited to play and have fun. I think so I just think it's going to be more fun than anything. People are going to be excited to be involved in something.
Yes, gives you something to do for sure. So we can branch out from here. How do you actually? Is this going to be like an online pay thing, and it's all going to be? Is it PayPal? How are you going to be able to pay for it?
So we're setting up I think Alan Hendrickson, the CEO, I think he was mentioning yesterday that they're going to set up a PayPal, a specific PayPal, but we can also do, the Venmo and Cash App and all that, and we'll figure it out. If somebody really wants to get in and they say, hey, I don't have PayPal, whatever, we're always, can figure it out how to get them involved. And then for members, I think if you're already a member or promoter, you you can just you can pay on there, and then when it's time to get paid, you can get it paid right on your hyper wallet, the debit card. So that'll be, everything will be kept track of and stuff. So it'll be real specific and intentional on how we keep track of all the money and the numbers. So that's we'll make it real easy. And then if somebody wants to join, I think they said if somebody wants to join and they don't want to pay the monthly, like I was saying before, the whatever it costs to get in, in part of the Rocket Runout. Let's say it's $25 a month or $20 a month to be able to play in these events. They don't have to pay that, and they can just pay that processing fee every time they play in one of these events. So let's say it's $2-3 or whatever, they want to play, play in 10, 15 of them. They might think that, I might as well just pay that $20 a month and play in as many as I want, right? Because it's going to be 10 games. It's going to be one match. That's all you're going to do. And we're going to have it blind, I think, where you don't know who's in the tournament until after. So everybody's going to get in not knowing, who's going to be in until the tournament's filled. Once the tournament is filled, then you can see everybody that's in it. And then, you're going to be able to shoot you around. So it's going to be real cool because it's going to be, you're going to know if you play bad that 10 games, you'll be like, I ain't going to win this event, and if you play good, then you can kind of see other people that are playing, and you can kind of watch them and see, like, hey, sure. This guy's, he's got to shoot, 74 to beat me, and it's going to be cool. You can be sweating other people's matches that are in it, right?
Yeah, the best thing for the game is going to be sweating it. That'll be fun. So there's a couple questions in the lobby. Do you have to hit the head ball on the break?
Yes, it's rack specific where you have the one in the front, and then you have the black ball in the middle, and then the other one in the back, or the 9 ball in the back. So and then everything else is solid stripes, and then you have to hit the head ball, and then you have to because if you make the black on the break, it's spot or re-rack. So you have option, and then when you're running out, we have the rules posted. There's a bunch of places you'll be able to see the rules, but nowhere, if you make the black out of turn at any time, that's automatic zero. That's a foul, automatic zero. So it came up. We for the last few weeks we've been, playing the game, and different questions have come up. And one of them was, what if you got the we use the Saratoga set, so we got the solid one and the striped one, and they're right there by 3 inches from the pocket on either rail, but the black is blocking both of those shots. I'm blocking that pocket. So he's like, can you shoot that and then continue and spot it? I said, no, you got it. That's where the creativity comes out. You might have to bank one of them or put the cue ball behind the other one and take ball in hand and shoot it in the other pocket. That's the part where somebody's like, it's gonna, that break could determine, if you win or not, right? Then it make the difference between 3-4 points in the last rack. It's gonna come up. So it's going to be neat to see some creativity and see what people do in certain situations, and the choices they make. And after we get enough of these rounds under our belt, not only your handicap is going to be honed in, it's going to be an actual number, your handicap, right? Because it's going to be obviously 0 to 100, but it's going to be an actual, like, let's say I shot 70 the first time, and then I shot 50 the next time. Well, my handicap, I would imagine, would be 60. Because to go right in between there, right? And then it keeps moving, and then one of the things also too that's going to come up is, right now we're having them open to everybody, so whatever rank you are, you still got to play. So like if I wanted to get in one, or the one tonight, somebody that plays would have to play me even, or where we're all playing even. But what we're going to do is we're going to handicap them after everybody has to play 5 open events. And then you can get in the handicap, because we're figuring after 5 rounds, your handicap would be pretty close to where it's going to be, So and it's so cheap that it's like everybody can play and enjoy themselves and not get too punished. Yeah.
Nobody's paying the mortgage.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole. Yeah, but at the same time, like if Chad Shoulders was mentioning last night, is if you played in 5 of them and you won 1, you broke even, right?
Yeah.
So like let's say we had five. Let's say we cut it off at 5 because that's what the uh, the software guy said that it has to have a minimum of 5 to start a tournament, and then so that'll be $50, and it's be like winner take all, $50. So if you played 5 of them with 5 players and you won one, you got your money back. So
Yeah.
so I think it's something that people wouldn't mind taking a chance of doing, right?
Yeah. And if nothing else, you're entertaining yourself, which is pretty hard to do these days. There's only so much Tigers on Netflix you can watch, right?
That's right. That's right. And there's another episode coming out, I heard.
Oh, jeez. Yikes. So,
There's
oh,
a new.
man. Tiger man. No, I can't. No, just not. Knock it off, Nate. Anybody out in the anybody out in the lobby, if you have any questions, feel free to get them in. We can definitely ask them to Rodney, whether it's about the Saratoga or about anything else. I'm assuming you're down to answer a couple questions.
Oh, as many as you want. Yeah, I'm out in Saratoga, Wyoming, and one thing cool about out here, the population is like less than 2,000, but there's so much land out here. We've been going hiking. Yesterday, my fiance and I, we went on a hike, and she took me out out, and it was so beautiful, and nobody was around, and it's really a beautiful country out here. So, I'm in a good spot right now, hiding out from the world.
Social distancing from anything and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how many of these tournaments are you running regularly? Is this like one a day, a couple a day? Or is it going to be kind of dependent on the kind of feedback you guys get?
Yeah, I mean, eventually we want to be doing hundreds of these, right? We want to just
Yeah.
just get everybody playing. Like it's just something cool. We got the vehicle. We got the vehicle for this. We got the infrastructure, everything set up, ready to rock and roll. So I imagine, it'd be like those poker, events. Those guys they're just constantly going. As soon as you get knocked out of one, sign up for the next one. And just go. And then once it's filled, I think then you have like 24 hours to get your match in. Otherwise, you lose that. You forfeit that $10 or whatever. I think that that way you can't just sit and everybody's waiting on you to play a match, right? You know.
All right, so we got a couple people in the. Steven said Wheat State. Are you still playing with his shaft, by the way, or are you playing with his shaft?
I'm not playing nothing right now, but yeah, yeah. I got a few shafts I'm using, and I'm like every other pool player, right? I've never missed a ball by myself. It always has to be in the shaft or the tip.
Yeah.
So if I miss a ball, I'm switching. At least until I miss another ball.
Yeah, right. So, Alan Martin asks, where will we be able to find the link to the rules?
I think the rules are on the app. You go on the app, you'll be able to see the rules on it, and we'll start posting. More people will start posting a picture of it, the rules. But yeah, it's I think you go. It's there. It's set there now. Alan, I think. Happy birthday, by the way. I think it's Alan's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Alan.
Yeah, and I think Tanya was saying in order for somebody to be able to play the rocket runout, she physically has to get them set up to do it. So might want to get with her and find out if you want to get in, and just to make sure. She might have sorted that out, but she does amazing work, and she's working nonstop. She's the one that gets everybody sorted out. So just get with her because I can't do anything.
You're just the pretty face of the organization.
That's it. And I'm drinking my hot tea. So all the virus goes down quick.
Jim Telfer. Do you know Jim Telfer?
I don't know. Name sounds familiar.
Hi,
Jim.
He's a European guy. He's always at the Mosconi Cup. He's always riling up the European fans. He's a funny dude.
Oh, guarantee then.
Yeah, he's a
guarantee then. I know.
He's a funny guy. So he asks, will tournaments be played at times that would be friendly for players in Europe?
We are set up only in Canada and USA now, and we were originally going to go the next break after this summer. We were going to go to Japan, but obviously times have changed, And so it's going to be a little bit before we branch out, but obviously we'll keep everybody posted when we get it, because it takes a lot, because you got to get the currency, the conversion done, and be able to do it through the app, and then you have to get all the legal stuff done. You have to, there's a lot of stuff that takes months of preparation to go into another country. So and that's beyond my expertise. But you ask me how to run 1 through 9, I can probably figure it out quick.
I don't know, Mr. 72. I don't know.
Hey, that was one shot, man. I get another shot at it in about a week.
I gotta try this.
No.
I got a buddy that has a 9-foot diamond on Pro Cut Pocket, or with Pro Cut Pockets. That table just destroys me. I don't know if I want to try this on that table. Just so,
well, I mean,
the
just
shelves
think
on
about
those things are like this deep.
Yeah. So somebody mentioned that based on that rules, like Tanya said, it seems for me the best way to do it, and this is, remember now we're launching the 9-ball version of this, and so basically we came up with this version for the bulk of our players, which is the lower rank, below average players, and we wanted to make so like me, if I got ball in hand and 9-ball, 10-ball, I'm going to run out every time. Well, we wanted to come up with this to make it where they are running out every time as well. So now if you're playing this game on a bar box and you get ball in hand, you're only running 5 balls. So think about that. And now the guys that are in the 5s and 6s and all that, they're running racks, So that's how we came up with that. So, and then we came up with this version where the perfect game is make a ball and run out with no ball in hand. So to shoot that perfect game is, it's going to be pretty tough, So,
Yeah, for sure.
so it's but so that if you can take ball in hand and you run out every time, so basically you're getting a 7 every time. If your average is above 70, you're going to be ready for the next version, the 13-ball version of the Saratoga game. So that's the whole thing. We're introducing the games, and it's going to get tougher and tougher as more people get used to these games, and then it's going to be. We just didn't want to introduce a 13-ball version and cater to the better players right away, because our bulk of our members are the lower ranked guys. So we wanted this was specifically designed for the just below average players.
Yeah. I think this is a really, really, really good question. This is coming from Muhammad Ali. I don't know if that's a Facebook name or a real name, but when is a virtual reality spectator lounge going to be available? So basically, anybody who's not in the pool tournament but can still watch what's happening.
Ooh, great question. And he's a very he's the guy. He's the VR guy that got me and Johnny on it years ago with the the Oculus and all that. So what's up, brother Mo? He's been doing some live events at his house on his diamond. So some guys, he's in Spring Hill, Florida, but so that stuff is on hold right now because the people that we were talking to out of Curacao, they kind of leery of dealing with us right now with this environment. So we're just, everybody was like, who knows what's going to happen, and all that, because it takes a lot of money to get this, get that all set up, and they got to build the app and all that. So we're not sure how long that's going to take, but that's the that's one of the goals, right? That's one of our next things that we're going to do. Be able to watch pool matches in VR. Ooh, that'd be awesome.
That would be pretty sweet, right?
Yep.
Alan Martin just basically says that his 9-foot Pro Cut diamond has one pocket that gives me headaches. I'm stoked to start playing Saratoga. 9-foot diamond on Pro Cuts is just not built for people like us, Alan. It's just built for people like Rodney.
Shane, maybe. I don't know, man. Those diamonds give me. I've always been a Brunswick guy, so I think
it's the shelves.
And I talked to the. Is that what it is?
For me, I can't. There's those shelves. I like to play the outsides of the pockets to really maximize my angles. You can't do that on a diamond. You just can't.
Yeah. You catch any part of that long rail going down there, it won't go. Yeah. So and I noticed that too. I told somebody, said the diamonds, in the Brunswicks, you're trained. I was trained my whole life to catch that long rail going down the rail. Well, diamonds, you're trained to overcut them where you hit the facing first and it falls right in. So I'm like, I can't train myself to shoot, overcut that ball into the facing. So it took me a while, practicing on it. But IPT time, 2005, Rocky and I out of in Spring Hill at Capone's, we bought a couple of those diamond tables each. So we had 4 of them, and everybody came over and played. And then I talked to I think it was Greg Sullivan, or somebody. I forget who it was at Diamond. And then I told him, I said, why does the tables play so weird? And they said, well, we wanted to make them play like no other table, so that people would have to buy them to get used to them. And that's what we had to do. We had to buy them just so we could, get used to playing them. And that was genius to me.
Yeah, that's a good marketing ploy.
Yeah.
I personally, I like playing on valleys where like you can miss a ball by 3 diamonds and still make it. That's the kind of pool I like to play. Makes me feel like a good
That's
player.
where I'm at right now. Yeah, that's. And I got that I got about 2 months ago. I got Lasik surgery, and they said I only need it on my right eye, and my right eye is worse than it was before. And it hasn't gotten. He said, in about 3 weeks it should be better. I was like, it hasn't. As soon as it's like it's worse. So if I got to beat people with one eye from now on.
Yikes.
But they told me I could go back. They said I could go back, and I got like a lifetime thing. I said, yeah, I like to keep going back. I want it to get like so bad that I can't see out of it at all. I want to keep going back to you guys now.
Scott Aucoin, hopefully I pronounced that right. What's up, brother Rodney?
What's up? He's out of Seattle now, I think.
Let's see here. If there's anybody else out there that has any questions, get them in right now. Other than that, Rodney, did you have anything else that you wanted to cover?
You guys can always message me on Facebook. I got my fan page, and then I got my my regular page. But just message me. I'll check them. Periodically. This internet out here isn't real good, so I kind of goes in and out. But just look forward to the Social Pool Network, and you can download the app for free anytime. And we always have the option where you can sign up as a guest for free and play 8-ball matches and hone your handicap like that, so you can play with other guests. So you can have a buddy, or you guys, and then now, if you guys wanted to, try and play pool, try it out, and get involved in the Rocket Runout, and we can all play together in some tournaments. Maybe I'll be in one of them.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're interested in TSPN, as far as trying out the league, you could always reach out to me or Rodney as well for that, because we both partake in it. Obviously,
yeah, and then
you
also,
a little bit more than me.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, too, Andy Cloth. You can see if you guys EJ out here. This is the headquarters for Andy Cloth USA. So if you guys want, great deal on cloth, and it's cheaper, in my opinion, better than anything. So give us a shout, and give me a shout, and we can get you. If you got a nice big enough size pool room, we can send a sample cloth for you and try it out, see if you guys like it. But I know a lot of the places are closed right now, but yeah, you guys will like the cloth. So I had to put my plug in for brother EJ too.
Absolutely. A couple last second questions. Can you use a magic rack?
Of course. Just make sure you break them, firm and hard, because it's going to be live stream. So we all know what an honest attempt to hit them hard is, and that's the whole thing, right? Just to stick with the spirit of the rule, and and try not to, because remember now you're going to be doing it in front of everybody. Everybody's going to be looking at you and be like, it's kind of, then you kind of get a bad vibe going, So like me, I broke twice in there, and I hit them perfect, parked the cue ball in the middle, another ball flew around, kissed it in the side. I'm like, ugh. I would love to have soft broke and took the scratch out of play and try to shoot a big number, but that's part of the game, right? We want it to be random. Earl Strickland always says, the break should be something that should be random. That was always the fun part of the game. Like when you smack them and balls are flying all over the place, and it's a random setup or random run out every time, something different. I think that's always been the coolest part of the game to me.
Yeah, it's definitely the most exciting part as a fan viewing the game as well. But at the same time, I mean, the pros got to eat, and if they can control it.
Of course, you set it up. It was set up that way. And that's why we're changing. We're trying to change things where, like a lot of the big complaints. The reason why I came up with this way to play by yourself and shoot your own number is because we always play golf, right? And well, at least I like to say I was playing golf, but what I was doing was not golf.
Yeah.
But like I would get out there, and I know every time I get out there, I was shooting 92 or 96 or whatever it is. But I always knew what my number was going to be based on my level, right? I always knew, okay, I'm going to go out, or if I was playing every day, years ago I was playing every day, 2 rounds a day, in Hawaii, and I was like, okay, I can shoot 80 now, and then I was like, I already knew based on how good or bad I was playing what I was going to shoot. Well, when you play pool, you can play pool, and you play for 6, 7, 8 hours, and you're like, man, I played good today. Well, how good? Well, I don't know. I didn't miss a ball for like 3 hours there. Well, how good? What is your number, right?
Yeah.
How good? Yeah. So you want to know how good or how bad. So I came up with this based so that we can actually have an exact number, and we have stats, and we have everything's going to tell you what you've been doing your whole life, and you can go back and look at it and say, man, in June I was playing this game, and I was shooting 47, 48, every time, and then now in May, all of a sudden now, August or whatever, right? 4 or 5 months later, you can see your numbers increase, and you'd be like, whoa, I did get better, right? You can see that.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the whole reason why we came up with this, so you can shoot your number, so everybody has a handicap that they can, know exactly that's theirs, they own it.
Yeah, for sure. So Carlos Sanchez in the lobby asked, when is the next TSPN tournament? Which is a very good question because Boot Hill was it August 22nd last year?
Yeah, so we had planned on doing it about the same time, but now with this whole thing, going on, we can't set a date. And then Alan was really loving that week right after Christmas, because he's figuring everybody's like raring to go, and they've been with family, and they like want to play some pool, and a lot of people don't have that New Year's Eve New Year's week taken for pool, so he's looking at doing that one, so we'll make sure we let everybody know. But yeah, that's we've been talking to a bunch of casinos and seeing who wants to offer what, but right now no conversations are happening right now with anybody because nobody knows nothing. Yeah, the guys, they don't even want to talk within 6 feet of the phone.
With the interview I did with Emily Frazier this past week, she had mentioned that they might do the U.S. Open or the World Pool Masters, one of the two, around that time. Not that necessarily affects, especially the World Pool Masters. They wouldn't expect it. That wouldn't affect it in any ways. But the U.S. Open, it might. Could, anyways.
Yeah, I was wanting to play in the U.S. Open, so it's, in this environment, the way things are, we can't, there's going to be a lot of conflicting going on when we actually, people are going to be like, I don't care, I'm going out, I'm playing, I need to play.
Yeah, everything's going to be getting compressed quite a bit. Lots of overlay, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Scott,
I got to go to rehab.
Yeah. Scott Alcoin says he thinks you're a sheep herder now.
Yes, I am. That's right.
So can it be any type of rack? You answered that earlier. Anyone's fine.
Yep. Just gotta. It tells you how to rack them. Just gotta make sure the two, the one, or you can even put the 9. But if you got the other rack. But just the two lowest solid and stripe are going to be in the front and back, and then the black in the middle, and then everything else is just solid stripes. And then when you're breaking them hard, it's there's not really, pattern rack don't even come into play, because when you're breaking them hard, you can't. If you can tell me if you can hit the ball real hard and tell me where one of those balls are going to end up, you can take my $20 every time.
You're right. So I think that's all the questions in the lobby. There's a lot of people asking about the Kansas tournament. So I hope that the discussion we had on that clears a lot of that up. I think it probably should.
Yeah, it's not going to be at the same place. It's not going to be in Dodge City. So we know that for sure, because that seemed to be too far out of the way for a lot of people.
It was tough to get to.
Yeah, so we we still end up giving away almost 100,000, but it was to about 60 something people or 80 people, whoever was there. So obviously we'd like to get that number up to about 400 or 500. When we go in the next one. So we want to figure out a better location. There's some talk of somewhere in I don't know, in Louisiana, but who knows what's going on. So we'll see what's going on. There's a bunch of people that love to have us, because pool players are big big drinkers and big gamblers, so they want us there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna miss Dodge City. They had the best breakfast sandwiches. Oh man, they were so good at that
Oh.
little restaurant
Oh yeah.
casino. Those things were so good.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I know. I'm still trying to digest a couple of them.
Yeah. Right. So I guess unless there's anything else that comes in the chat room or the chat in about 4 seconds, we are going to be. Well, unless you have anything else too.
No, just whatever you guys, any kind of questions, you hit us all up. On Facebook, or we also have the Social Pool Network Facebook group. You can get on there. You can see what's going on at any time, and they also have the for new members. If you guys check out the weekly incentives Facebook group, you can get on there and see all the weekly stuff. So and we're always constantly evolving and constantly improving, everything. So we're there's a lot of stuff going on. We haven't forgotten about anybody, and we're always getting better and improving. So just and like this, just let's get out and play some rocket run out stuff. I'd love to see everybody in tournaments live streaming and playing, shooting their numbers. I want to see people, after about 5 to 10 rounds, and see where everybody's handicap is, and see how impressed they are with, their actual number. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's go through one more time. Louisiana sounds like a good idea. Roy from Roy's Basement decided it was a good idea to wake up finally. So he said he just woke up.
I love it. That's good. But yeah, any kind of questions, and then if you guys, obviously, I don't know, Nate, if you can put my phone number on there. Anybody can text me, and my phone's going off all the time, 24/7. So if you guys got any questions or anything, it's 808-439-4255. So just hit me up and send me a text, reach out, whatever you guys want, man.
Oh man, I thought
I'm
I
here.
was so special having your number, and now everybody has it. Bummer. Dang it.
I keep there's this family that keeps calling me, the Likely family. I think their first name is Scam. Keep
Yeah,
calling
right.
me all the time. This
They'd,
family,
they'd stop
family's
calling
after
you.
me.
They would stop calling if you just renewed your vehicle's warranty. You just gotta extend it. Just do it, man.
That's right. I know. Oh God, how did they know I need that male enhancement?
Yeah, your fiance told us. I did an interview with her earlier.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Well, now that we're getting completely off track and slightly inappropriate, Rodney, this has been a blast. It's always great to talk to you, man.
Cool. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. That's
Yeah.
right.
And everybody
Thanks,
else,
everybody. I appreciate you guys.
check this thing out. This sounds like a really good time.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Get in all these mini tournaments, man. Or yeah, whatever, online tournament, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, figure out how to get involved, and let's start, playing. Worst
Yeah.
can happen is you have a great time and make a couple bucks.
Yeah, and maybe some friends.
That's right.
All right. Well, Rodney, I'll let you go, and thanks for joining on and talking to me.
Aloha.
All right, take care, everyone. If I can find out how to cancel this thing.